Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Martians and aliens. We're not specious on this channel. Everybody's welcome. My name is Alan, and welcome to Mars, the Second Genesis. So today we're going to be looking at Analyst Notebook. This is where you get so-called raw files from NASA.
Wee man. What a joke. Oh, I think I'm going to wet myself.
These files are higher quality than the JPEGs you get from the official NASA site. These files come in a .img format, and we'll be showing you how to open them up in Photoshop and how to convert them into a format that you can process and use. We will also show you how to do basic processing in Photoshop to get you started. So without further ado, let's get started. If you are new to Analyst's Notebook, you will be prompted to set up an account. It's free, and all you need is a valid email address. I would recommend you just to follow the on-screen instructions and set up your account, and you will need it if you're planning to download more than one image at a time. Having an account will allow you to do bulk data dumps all at the one time. I will go into detail later on in the video. Here we have a list of the Moon and Mars missions. We've got Curiosity, Insight, Opportunity and Spirit, Phoenix, Albatross and Apollo. So we'll take a wee look at Curiosity data, and all we do is just click on it. Now this video is just a video to get you started, so I'm not going to go into every nook and cranny of the website. I'm just going to show you what you need to know so that you can view and download the images. So when you select your mission, you'll be faced with this window. So this window here is some basic information to get you started. You can have a wee read at it if you like. You can just click on it to get rid of it. So the first thing to do is press this wee orange button that says Sol. The next thing we do is to click on this wee box here and enter the Sol number. Just highlight what's there and enter your number and press enter. Now as you can see, there's more than one sol here. You can select the amount of sols you see by going into this box here and selecting which number you want, either 3, 5 or 7 at a time. What does all this mean? At the side you'll see a wee plus icon. If you click that, it will open and you will see the data sets that are available for that particular sol. The ones you will probably be most interested in are the data products and the mosaics. To see what images are in the data products, we click on this plus icon and it will open up and you can see all the images available for that particular data set. The various images are colour-coded according to which camera took the images on the rover. You can see here which colour is assigned to which camera. So let's take a wee look now at how you can view the images. All you do is just click on the thumbnail. So as you can see here, we've got a left master cam and a right master cam image. To view any of the images, you just click and it will show you a larger thumbnail. To view a larger window, just click on this icon here and it will show you a bigger window. This is not the main viewer. To see the image in the main viewer, you just click on this image. This is our main viewer where we can zoom in and navigate around the image. To zoom in, you move this slider here. You can zoom in and out. You can navigate left or right or up or down with these cursors here. And to zoom back out again, you click the centre. You can also use your scroll wheel to zoom in, and you can pan back and forward and up and down by left clicking and holding down your mouse. So, how do we download the images? If you click this downward pointing arrow, you've got various format options. You get JPEG, which is the exact same as what you would get off the original NASA site. PNG, which is a lossless format, and there are two types. The 2% stretch refers to contrast. If you're getting a PNG, I would recommend you to get the no stretch. But what we are interested in is the data files. These are the .img files. Now these on their own are pretty useless. You need the label file. So you just click on it, and this dialog box comes up. You click save and OK that, and do the same with your label file. So what if we want more than one image at a time? Well, we could download them one at a time, but what's easier is we can get a bulk data dump. If you don't have an account with Analyst Notebook, you can't get bulk data dumps. So how do we select what we want? Against each sol, you will see these wee squares. And when we go in to the sol and we see the data sets, we've also got these squares. And when we open up one of the data sets, you can see there's a small square next to each image where we can select one image at a time. This is where we select what we want, and all we do is just click it. Now that we've selected our data, we need to go down here to add checked items to cart, and you click here. This will come up. It says,
Items added to your cart. It might be a moment before updates appear there.
If you've selected a lot of data, it takes a wee while to load into the cart. And you have two options.
You can show the cart or continue. No, I think I'll just go and party.
So once you've done that, you can just go and you can select more, or you can continue on to the next stage.
Or you can go to a party and get drunk.
So when you've selected all the products you want, you then have to click on this button here. This is the checkout button. Now, don't worry about the terminology, carts and checkout. It doesn't cost anything, it's just their terminology. So you just click here, and you will see a list of the products you've ordered, and you click Show Cart, and it will show over here. You'll see the list of what you've ordered, and all you do is click here, View Cart and Checkout. You then click this button, Continue to Step 2. Just double check they've got the correct email address and click Submit Request. This will come up.
And it says your order is being processed. You should receive an email shortly with further instructions.
And just click Close Cart. They will send you an email telling you you have put in a request for some data products. After a period of time, maybe about an hour or so, you'll get another email with the download links. Here we have the two files that will be downloaded from Analyst notebook. We have the label file and the .img file. Before we open the .img file in Photoshop, we need to change the file extension. The file extension is this .img. If you don't see the .img file extension here, go up to View and just make sure this file name extensions is ticked and it will show up. And what you do is just highlight the IMG, make sure you don't highlight the dot, and change it to capital RAW. And it will come up with this.
If you change a file extension, the file might become unusable. Are you sure you want to change it? Of course I do. Do you think I'm as stupid as you?
But normally you wouldn't change a file extension on any file. So here we have Photoshop opened, and on the opposite side of my screen we have the label file opened. I will now drag and drop the raw file from my other monitor into Photoshop, and it'll come up with this dialog box. Now the information we need to fill out this dialog box is on our label file, and we just scroll down to the bottom and we only need 4 lines of information: lines, line samples, sample bits and bands. To enter our first number, we press our Tab key. The information that goes in the first box is line samples. 1344. And we press our Tab key again, and the height they call lines, which is 1200. And we press our Tab key once again. The bands is the channels count, which is 3. And the sample bits is depth, 8 bits. This interleaved, make sure it's unticked. And then just press OK and our file will open. Now that we've got our file open, let's zoom in and have a wee look. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of artifacts that NASA's added. Here, all over. I'll show you the quickest way to get rid of that. You go into Filter, down to Blur, down to Gaussian Blur, and the setting you want is 0.6%, and OK that. And these artifacts has gone. You lose a wee bit of sharpness, but in the long scheme of things, I think you can see that it looks a lot better. The next thing we want to do is to colour balance the image. Now, as you can see, there's a bit of an orange colour cast, and that's certainly not the true colour. And how we do this is to press Ctrl-M. What we want to do is press Options. And there is a slight change to the image, but what we want to do, the settings we want, is Find Dark and Light Colours, Snap Neutral Midtones, and click Save as Defaults, and OK that. Now we're going to cancel out to get back to where we were before, and we will press Ctrl-M once again, And when we go in and click options, it takes a wee minute. That will now, by default, when we press the options button, automatically colour balance our image and click OK and OK that. So the last stage of the basic processing is now to enlarge the image. And how we do that is we press Ctrl, Alt, I. And what you want to do is change that to 300. And I would recommend the Preserve Details to algorithm. It's normally set to automatic, but I would recommend you to do this Preserve Details to. Make sure this is clicked. Make sure the noise reduction is 0 and OK it. And it'll take a wee minute depending on how powerful your graphics card is. And there we have the image enlarged. So that concludes our video on opening raw files in Photoshop and doing basic processing. I will be doing more in-depth videos in the future. I will also show you how to enhance the images. But for now, that should get you started. And thank you very much for watching.